Destination Unknown was a well known TV show on the channel network Sci Fi. It starred, or actually, it hosted Josh Gates, who you may all very well know in Expedition Unknown, where he is an adventurer or expeditionist or archaeologist, however you want to call him, where he goes to places to find archaeological finds like the lost city of Atlantis, things of that. But before Expedition Unknown, he did Destination Truth, and Destination Truth was more along the lines of the paranormal, the supernatural, and the findings or the searching for cryptids. And yes, I'm talking Mothman. I'm talking the Chupacabras. I'm talking the Dover Demon. I'm talking about the Chilachaki, the Fangalabo, the Oni, the Kappa, heck, the Beast of Dortmore, even werewolves and vampires. The season had been, I believe, 3 seasons before it got canceled. After that, you never heard anything of them again. A few of my favorite episodes was when they went to, I believe, Mexico to go to the island of dolls, where the dolls are said to be possessed by the spirit of a little girl who had tragically drowned in the river, and her spirit is able to possess all of the dolls. So any doll you leave there, she will possess it, supposedly. And it is believed that the former caretaker of the Isle of Dolls had met a similar fate as the little girl, and they believe that the little girl did. I remember when the eye, opens up. Oh, shoot. Josh says, if that thing opens its eyes, I am done. And it opened its eyes, and he goes, I'm done. I'm done with this investigation. Another favorite one was when they went to Romania. And they went to Romania because there was a specific part of the woods that was believed to be haunted. And I believe one of the cameramen, Evan, ends up going for the ride of his life. He gets almost transported. One minute he's in front of the camera, and the next minute he disappears, and everyone's freaking out. They're calling Evan. After that, he for a good amount of time they had to do a lot of convincing for him to come back because they wanted to go back. Because I guess for closure, whatever you want to call it, it took them a while to convince him, hey man, come with us. I get it, but come with us. Then they went again to find a vampire, and then they went again to find a werewolf. Pretty crazy, huh? They went to Japan to find the Kappa, and also because it was a mining town that was said to be haunted, they went to Chantanoble. That was one of my favorite episodes. They went to Chantanoble. That was pretty cool. Well, now that you have an idea of what Destination Truth is about, the reason why I'm talking about it is because there were some, I guess you could say, inconsistencies that are never brought up ever again. Like, for example, they went to Japan and they went to the notorious forest. Now, all of you may know this. It is the same forest that the whole Logan Paul controversy went on. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, then you know what forest I'm, suggesting. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, basically the forest is where supposedly people go and never return. You know what I mean. Also, there's a movie called The Forest, which actually took place, which was actually filmed in that said forest, where she is looking for her twin sister, because it is believed that her twin sister may have gone there to have the intent to not return. Yeah, now you know what I mean. So what I'm trying to say is, one of the cameramen, so you go, I guess the forest, I don't know what it's called in Japanese, but it's the said forest. I am not going to say its full name. A good amount of you may know. Otherwise, look up the forest and you will see. Also, I don't remember the movie, but Matthew McConaughey starred in the movie where he went to that same forest. So go ahead, look up what I mean. I'm not going to say the full name because I don't know because nowadays, I don't know if you can actually say the name. I don't know if you can say that. But anywho, one of the cameramen, because they were there investigating, wanted to hear, paranormal, said that people believe that it is haunted, things like that. One of the cameramen had inadvertently gotten lost, and it is a rather huge labyrinth of this forest. And they were warned several times, be careful, stay together, do not get lost. Unfortunately, one of them gets lost. And in doing so, they end up finding tents. Simple tents, alright, weird, but okay. And then he comes across a group of people, so he's a bit taken back, because, hey, what are you guys doing here? Some of that. It's dark. It's late. So, he's thinking him and, Josh and the rest of the guys are like the only people there because they had permission to do what they were doing. These guys, not so much. So, of course, like anyone, you're investigating, you're asking, hey, what are you guys doing here? They simply said that they wanted to see if the stuff that they had been hearing about the forest was true. They were looking for evidence, if you know what I mean. And so, all right, things like that. So he ends up leaving. And when he goes to meet up with, the rest of the crew, they ask him, hey, where were you? He goes, I got lost. At no point does he ever say, dude, while I was lost, I bumped into a group of people who are looking for evidence. Blah, blah. He not once ever says it. And not once during that episode are the people that he encounters ever mentioned again. So I'm wondering, was it important to say it? Or, was it not important to say it? Because, of course, when things aren't important, you don't really mention it because they're not important. There's no need. So I don't know if it's just there was no need, or maybe this guy captured ghosts and doesn't even know it. That's one of the episodes that stuck out to me because it's just like, what were those people doing there, Were they just looking for evidence like they said they were? Because, Josh and the rest of the guys, they were looking for evidence too, more like paranormal evidence. So there's that, it's never mentioned ever again. So you gotta wonder, did they find ghosts? Or were they just a bunch of random kids in the forest late at night, trying to find what they shouldn't have been trying to find? There's like a lot of, but that one stood out the most. There was another episode that stood out. What was it? And they never mentioned it. They did it. Oh God. What was it? Oh my God. It was either when they went to Constantinople or maybe Japan. It was some episode. If it ever comes out, I'll bring it up. But yeah, in that said episode, when they go into the forest in Japan, they never ever say anything. Now I remember. Okay, so that's what I was saying. They never mentioned that ever again. Now they went to Africa. This episode, I feel like the people that were doing the ritual, they were pulling their legs. I do feel like they were pulling their legs. To me, I feel like it was fake, and it never was mentioned because they probably found out it's fake. What the heck? But we have to air it. So they go to Africa because it is believed that there is a village that happens to be a few miles away from a burial ground. And it is believed that anyone who enters that burial ground will meet their demise. Simple as that. So they go to this village that is miles away. And they're asking, they investigate, they're interviewing, like, why do you believe that this cemetery, this burial ground, is cursed? That it causes the demise of people who ever enter it. And they decide to do a ritual to, call upon the spirits so that they may have their information. Well, as this is going on, you can hear someone going, in the background. And Josh is going, what the heck is that? Because you hear it. The camera hears it. Everyone sees it. And there's this woman, like dancing around and things like that. And apparently she is, under the influence of one of the spirits of a man. And the person is asking them, are they allowed? Can they go in? They can go if they must, but they're not allowed, supposedly what the woman is saying. And then this gentleman ends up getting possessed by a woman, influenced by a woman. And then, and this guy, and I apologize for laughing. It looked rather fake. It still looks fake to this day. Because I truly feel like they got punked. Just like this young man, and I've said it numerous times, I don't believe in skinwalkers, so I'm going to say the word because I don't believe in it. Yes, I will be respectful to those who do believe in it, however, a good reason why I don't believe in skinwalkers is because this young man named Corey and the rest of his friends, which is on YouTube, they went to go hunt for a skinwalker. And when they realized they were punked, you could see it on their face. Like, even I knew it was fake. And if you go to the comment section, a lot of people are like, saying that they are of, the Native American descent. And they have come out and go, I'm sorry, guys, but that is fake. That is fake. Blah, blah, blah. Impressive, but it's fake. So, like as I was saying during the ritual that Josh Gates and his rest of his crew were there, they were like, the people who are under the influences of the ancestors. And the woman that's going, all that stuff, starts saying that she's in love, starts saying that the spirit is in love with one of the girls and goes, I'm in love with this woman. I'm like, yeah, this is fake. You're pulling our legs here. So, that is never, ever brought. At the end of the episode, they didn't find anything. Obviously, they're alive. They did not meet their demise. So, obviously, it's more of superstition and things like that. But they never talk about the ritual. They never talk about the ceremony. They never talk about it again. Probably because it was fake. Yeah, so Destination Truth, I loved it to the very end. It's too bad they don't make any more episodes. I would have loved to have them, maybe have gone to Puerto Rico and seen, La Llorona or the, there were a type of elves that are in South America, El Duende, I would love to have seen them go after that. Believed to be trolls that take the thumbs of people. They can be mischievous, but they can also be loyal if you are nice to them. I would have loved to have seen that. I would have loved to have them try to find the freaking Utah octopus. Or, what was it? The Tennessee. It's a type of banshee, but in the Tennessee, it's a ghost, something. I don't know. It was a type of banshee. I don't know. Maybe go after the Beast of Bray-Ro. They did go after the Thunderbird. But they went the one in Alaska, not in Arizona. There's that. Who else? The Kushtaka. I would have loved to have seen them go after the Kushtaka, which is like Otterman. Who else? The Beast of Bray-Ro, or the Headless Giant, from Virginia. They went after Mothman. Why not? Maybe have gone to England and go after the Owlman. Yeah, so, if you guys know what I'm talking about, Destination Truth, it was on Sci-Fi for a while. Great. If you guys don't know, maybe Amazon may have, seasons of it. Maybe even YouTube may have seasons of it, so you guys can check it out. But yeah, Destination Truth was my jam before I got canceled, But yeah, those 2 episodes to this day stood out to me because 1 is never mentioned ever again. And 2, obviously, the reason why it was never mentioned was because they probably found out that they were being punked. So you guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think But I truly, truly feel like, the first one, maybe around the lines of they may have captured some ghosts. Or then again, maybe the reason why they never thought to talk about was obviously they may have been a group of kids just trying to, find stuff they shouldn't be. That's just me. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I think it's odd that it was never mentioned ever again. And I think it's odd that he never mentioned it too. Or maybe he did. It's just there's hours and hours and hours of footage that they got. And they have to pick and choose of what can be edited in and what has to be left out. So I could be absolutely wrong. Maybe he did and it just wasn't in it. Or he really didn't mention it at all. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. So yeah.